This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here you go.
On second down, Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 48.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Foot left, foot left. Right, 90.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Wilson on 1st down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. From the shotgun, Wilson forced out to his left. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they're just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here go 46. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And he fires one, but incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Shotgun.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
12, 12. 12. Move the team.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He hits Baldwin right side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
Let's go. 18. Run left. Shot. 280. Shot.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jamarcus Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Tempo, baby. Let's go to work. Come on.
Right back to him on 1st down. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Baldwin. And he'll go down at the 28. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Two minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Tempo. Lay out. Bam.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Zebra. There.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Be ready for one word. Run left. 18.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it's 2nd down. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win at 32.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 2nd down, Wilson steps away to his left. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Let's go, 14.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Baldwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This is Carson, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett.
Missed.
This will not go down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down. Wilson now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. They'll run it now out of the gun. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Baldwin. They called his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. You've got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski good with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Switch it there. 26.
First down, Prescott. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 55 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, past the 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. J.D. McKissick, 101 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from the special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Chicago Bears. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Trubisky. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 23 yards on the play.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
On first down, Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Demarcus Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they run with Howard. Skirts by him at the 35. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. This is Howard on 2nd down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Let's go. Red, up.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. 18.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And the return will stop right around the 25. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go. Wide.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here we go. Wide.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Nice move at the 40. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wide eight. Here you go.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Elliott, toss right. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Prescott. His throw incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. 46. 26.
Prescott to throw it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Get out. 26.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. the shotgun. It's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Here you go. Here we go.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that doesn't matter.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
It slips past him.
Here we go.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Good.
A first down throw for Prescott. Now he's forced out left. And he's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Forced out to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 4.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Toss left to Elliott. And some room to roam now. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go. Wide angle.
They'll run it with Jackson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Switch. Switch it. Hey. Here we go. 46. Gun.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop it for a loss of about 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage. Well, partner, after the conference championship games, there was a lot of talk about the overtime rules, understandably so. Do you think that anything needs to be changed in the NFL overtime situation?
I don't think so. And you got to remember, I'm an old crone, all right? So here's the deal on it. The NFL jumped into popularity with an overtime game. The Baltimore Colts being the New York Giants. Back in, what was it, 1959, 58, 59? That's when the NFL really came into prominence, and it was sudden death. Alan Amici, the Colts got the ball, they scored. No one talked about anything but, boy, what an exciting game. As time went on, people started talking about fairness. So the overtime rule finally got changed. If you score first with a touchdown, the game's over. Otherwise, you keep playing. I think that's pretty cool. And in our 2 championship games this year,
and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton, 26 yards. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Go, get out there.
They go to Elliott again. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
On the run, this is Jackson. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Again, Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
Now Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Trubisky to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he's got this down to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now is Trubisky. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he comes back with one complete.
Gotta go.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his sixth catch and a first down.
Hey, 18.
Here's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson from 19 yards away. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's got room. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Swing to the pit, right. To the right. Hey, here we go. Boy, hey. There you go. 26.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Reset.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford able to drop him for a loss of 4.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. 3rd and long. It's Watson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Go to 54. Right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew them off sides. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Good.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now Elliott. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. Did you see how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Switch, hey. Let's go, let's finish now. Here we go, 46.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DJ Reader. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A handoff left, Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Get out. 26.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Power running by Zeke. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Nifty footwork at the 45. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. On the counter, Elliott looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running with Elliott. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Ryan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Get up!
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Back to the air. Ryan after the pick six. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
47.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
There we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Get out.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. A big run that time by Elliott. 43 yards. So a big play there running right. The DN couldn't get out. They couldn't stop him. It was the offense setting the edge and getting the big gain.
Yeah, essentially when you're the defensive end, when they talk about setting the edge so the offense has to bounce it one way or the other, instead that edge was actually rounded off by the offense and continued deep down the field.
Here we go. Wide eight. It's coming now. 26.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Here we go. Going to 54. Wide eight. Here we go. Here we go. Wide eight. 26.
They get it to him running left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
46.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, Ryan. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's got Sanu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Here's Ryan to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now, Ryan. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Dancing to his left. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On first down, Ryan connects with center right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Here's Ryan. Got some real estate inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. So again on second and 10, it's Ryan. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Hey, Tuesday.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. This is caught. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper there to make the grab. And the Falcons are in for 6. And he's got it up and through. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. Shrugs him off. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go, 47. Hey, here we go, 480. Switch.
Prescott now on second down. And that's incomplete. Cooper was the target there. And that'll make it third down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Here we go, 46.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. 19 yards that time for number 19.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Prescott on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had 2 excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had 2 huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone talking about the no call.
Yeah, and we should be talking about Legatron. A 48-yarder to get them to overtime. The 57-yarder to win it in overtime. He should be the guy who should be exalted right now, but you're exactly right. Nickell Roby-Coleman's hit on Tommy Lee Lewis in regulation, when I saw it live, I thought it was a bang-bang play. Turned out, it was definitely a missed call. Plus, they missed helmet-to-helmet contact on it as well. So if you're a Saints fan, you are very unexcited about the Rams advancing to the Super Bowl, but I still don't want pass interference to become a reviewable call. The game flow is paramount to me. Let's not slow it down any more than it already is.
Yeah, it could be a slippery. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Now Prescott. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And this defense is going to get the football. Back near midfield, right at the 48. play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 44 yards. Back now in Arlington. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jalen Smith in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was. I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got it. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out. Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Ryan. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack. Now Ryan on 2nd down. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu from 4 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
46. Switch. 46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing again. Prescott on second and 10. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right, with this deficit. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down throw for Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here we go, 46.
Third and long for Prescott. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, and I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. Fourth down.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. That's complete right around the 8. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. To throw is Prescott. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
There you go. There you go. There you go. 46, 46. 54.
To the air again, Prescott. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So a crucial 2-point conversion there, but that's just part 1 of this 2-part story that they need to happen here.
Yeah, they do need to do a few other things, don't they? They got the 2, as you noted. Now they've got to make sure they get the onside kick and hope to get into field goal range and maybe have one last miracle left.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's more than a 2-part story. It's a 3- or 4-part story. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hey, let's go.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Freeman, a first down and more. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost, But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Here you go.
Prescott. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete.